hacking. I'm so glad I did that because I was broke as hell. So I needed something. I needed a way to basically live not only for free but make a profit.
Yeah.
So live for free but also make a profit. So it was just the best thing to do. I really encourage people to house hack when you're getting started in real estate investing because if you broke, that's the best way to save money. Okay. The biggest expense is rent, rent, mortgage, So save some money, house hack.
You are the queen of live for free.
Living for free? Not anymore. My mortgage bill, goddamn.
Girl, that's 'cause you bought a house.
Woo, Lord.
That's different.
That thing expensive, but okay. Woo.
Before that, it was always about how to live off the smallest percentage of income.
Yeah.
I did not understand that. I was like living the flip side of what you were living. So like if you was living off this much, this is how much I was saving.
Yeah.
We were living
So
the opposite.
I started out like the worst I've done is I was probably spending 20% of my income. That's like the worst that I've done for the past 4 or 5 years. So unfortunately now that I bought this condo, I'm at 20% again. But I was at 10%, trying to spend 10% of my income for quite a while.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing for quite a while.
What's the smallest percentage?
I was at like 5%
I remember that.
of net income, not gross, net. So I was spending like 5% of my income on living expenses. But that was easy if you're house hacking, shitty car, not spending money at fast food. I was getting the box dinners. I was doing the box dinners for years.
Wait.
I actually did that for years.
We gotta unpack this.
Box
When
dinners.
she said box dinners,
$2 a meal.
She was literally making money and buying box dinners, $2 dinner, no more than $2, and eating these every night. I did not know for a minute, but the only time she went out is when I invited her.
No, yeah. So I refused to go out to eat. I refused to go to restaurants by myself or get anything other than a $5 fast food meal or a $2 box dinner. So I was not for years straight, and I was
God
just.
loves you. Look at your shape. Like, how are you?
It's my metabolism. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't working. I'm not in the gym. My metabolism. But I eat like a little child now.
Yeah, like a little.
My appetite got smaller, and my metabolism got a little slower too. But I eat like a little child, so.
I don't eat like a child. I eat like
Well, damn.
Well,
damn. Girl.
But no, that speaks to sacrifice. One thing that I really, really admire about you is that what you're willing to sacrifice to get what you want. $2 bills. We're talking about in our 20s when everybody want to go out to eat. Everybody wants to do this and that. This girl will yell at you like, what? She'll tell you do not need to be doing that.
Chill out. Like, I try to tell everybody to chill out, spend less, but nobody want to listen to me. But you did take my advice, on certain things. Oh, damn. Well, on certain things, you took my advice. I'm like, okay. Because I feel like everyone should, especially if you want to be an entrepreneur, we should all live below our means, We should spend, it depends on where your life is, but I feel like people should really spend like 30% of the income. But it just takes a while to get there, for a lot of people.
What about with inflation? Where do you live? We live in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Rent is high.
Yeah.
Gas is high. Groceries are high.
Yeah.
So where do you live? What do you do? Like, how do you, I guess you said house hack.
Yeah. So I really think people are trying to get a nice apartment and they really can't afford it. I think that people should really, it just depends on where your income is at. But if rent is over 50% of what you make or whatever, if it's almost all of what you make and you barely have any money left, you should really be having, living in a room for rent, living with roommates or getting some roommates. You can live on a roof where you can find landlords I just saw online yesterday, Facebook, you can get like a little room for rent. You can spend $500 a month. That's how I started out. So when I got to Atlanta 10 years ago now, I was in a $400 a month room for rent. So, because I was broke, So you got to do what you got to do. And I was doing that for you. Nobody thinks they're broke. But everybody broke. Nobody thinks, but it's just like, I don't know. If you don't want to be an entrepreneur, then I feel like at least spend maybe 80% of your money and save 20, at least. Something. Just because you want to have, you want to have money. You don't know what you're going to want to do in the future. You might want to upgrade your car, go on a vacation. You might want to do whatever, get a house, buy a house. There's certain things that we need to save money for. You don't even know what you might want yet in the future. So I just think people should make sure that they, save money just in case,
Yeah, I feel like most people don't have money to save. Forget a rainy day. most people just don't have, like, most people can't afford like a $200 emergency. That's the reality, especially our age. And then we live in this social media time where everybody wants to look rich and look fun and look popping, and they're broke. They're broke. What do you say to them?
It stresses me out. It really stresses me out because, God, like, I just can't stand the vacations, all these vacations that people cannot afford. So people want to have a vacation and they claim that it's cheap. Oh, I only spent $700, so I can't afford it. But it's just like, I think their priorities are effed up. At the end of the day, I think that people should be making sure that they're working on saving, working towards getting towards, reaching their goals rather than trying to have fun. I really think that having fun is a waste of time until you're at least on your way to your goals or something, or like, make it like financially free. Yeah. Maybe then you could celebrate, have a vacation, maybe once a year, twice a year, but just not,
every month.
But
vacation stress her out, especially if you're her friend. I love to travel or whatever.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say I have traveled even when I was broke. I don't know how I was doing it. I look back at like my early 20s like, how was I going anywhere? But I was going this
God.
and having a ball. And I tell Syerena, like, I'm on my way to this place, just got back from this place, and she starts screaming. Why are you making, you can't afford it. I didn't say it.
But yeah, I'm like, no, chill out, because I know how your living situation was. I know we were working at the same job, so it's just like.
The cap of what you're making.
I know what you're making. We were working at the same job. I know what you're making. And you doing what now? You going where? Bitch, what the? So it's just.
Everybody needs a you.
People are not willing to, like, I guess, just sacrifice and be disciplined. So it's just hard. It's just hard for most people. For me, it came naturally, and I don't mind. But for most people, what I, have sacrificed is just too much.
Okay, so what's the biggest thing you've sacrificed? That's my favorite question.
Girl, do y'all have time for this? Okay, so basically, I would say, okay, I'm just gonna have to list them all, because listen, there's a lot. There's a lot. Is there a biggest thing?
Yeah. What's the biggest? One of the biggest. You sacrifice food, obviously, because you eat those 2 hours.
I would say my living situation, I really did hate living with so I had to live with my tenants, house hacking, I really hated that. Yeah. I didn't want to live with them. It was just uncomfortable for me. I didn't want to use the kitchen because they're always in the kitchen. I felt uncomfortable with the whole situation. I don't want to live with strangers, especially my tenants who owe me money. So it's just kind of like, I was very uncomfortable. That was probably the top thing, but I'm so glad I did that, even still, just because I saved so much money. I saved so much money. I was making a few grand a month in profit off of that house that I was, living in. So I definitely am so glad I made that decision, but that was terrible. And then, girl, can I just list them all? Go ahead. Okay. Because they're all so, okay, like, I really did not have a social life, so I really could not hang out with my friends. I told my friends no so often, like, oh, hey, girl, can you come out with me? No, because I've already been out once this month, and that was it. Because I remember I had one time a month that I think I would allow myself to go out. Yeah. So I was like, okay, girl, sorry. I feel
like I'm having too much fun, so I'm gonna say no.
Let me settle down. Couldn't eat out, couldn't have any good food. I didn't go on a single date for 5 years.
That's true.
Because I felt like dating was a waste of my time, because I needed to be out here working and making money, and getting to know people was too much time investing in all that. And then I had my first vacation when I was 29. So I had no vacation my entire life, never like traveled, never went anywhere, never, had a fun weekend anywhere. It was always work. Yes. But I really am glad I made those decisions.
It paid off.
Yeah, really.
The S in Syerena stands for sacrifice. Okay, so.
I like that. That's cute. I'm going to start saying that.
It does, but it paid off so much. So you say your social life. I find that's a recurring theme whenever I ask anybody that question. The answer has always been social life.
Yeah, yep. You can't.
You don't regret it?
I don't regret it at all, because it's just like, your friends will be there. Your true friends will be there in the end. They'll understand. They're not going to get pissed off that you're, having to ditch them again just to try to make some money, because at the end of the day, my career is very important to me. So I have to, sacrifice going out. And I feel like a lot of my friends, I feel like I didn't have anyone who was, not understanding of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like everyone was, pretty much understanding of that. So. Yeah.